to absorb out-of-school children. And later on, we'll share this with you. Borno State Governor focuses on primary health care in the first 100 days of his second term, underlying the state's reputation as the best in Nigeria in primary health care. Now, I'm hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju, BKO. I greet you, Jide.
I greet you, the citizens.
Yeah. And we are joined by Dotun Oladipo. Many thanks to you.
Thank you for having me again, sir.
All right, the team is ready. I hope you are. Okay, let's set sail. You know, in these perilous times of unspeakable happenings in our traumatized country, you shudder terribly at what news you are constrained to consume. The Borno State Police Command has let it be known that a so-called repentant Boko Haram fighter by the name of Musa Dauda has killed his ex-wife and buried the hapless woman on a farm located at Maiduguri, the state capital. The demented Boko Haram terrorist had invited the woman, Hafsat Musa, to meet her on the farm. The rest, as they say, is history. But let's share the story by TVC News' Jesse Tafida. Come with me.
The news of a repentant Boko Haram terrorist who killed his wife and buried her at her farm has spread like wildfire in Maiduguri. Many are still doubting if this is just a mere rumor or a fact. TVC News took the task of seeking for the main story of the incident. We visited the police headquarters in Maiduguri, where the police public relations officer Sani Shatambaya explained the situation. First, he validates the story and further gives details on the issue.
One Musa Dauda, a repentant Boko Haram terrorist of Dala area, Maiduguri, invited his divorced wife, one Hafsat Musa, aged 45 years, of the same address, to meet him in her farm situated inside Mohammed Goni Stadium, Bulungkutu area. Since then, Hafsat Musa did not return back home, neither was she seen again. The police operative of the command received information from one Uwani Bello and Nura Muhammad that they visited a farm and discovered a lifeless body of Hafsat Muhammad, half buried to the ground. Effort was then intensified to arrest the prime suspect, Musa Dauda, who is said to be her former husband and had disappeared and was declared wanted by the police.
He notes that this act will not be swept under the carpet.
The state CID has commenced diligent investigation and the suspect will soon be arraigned in court for prosecution. The command is always on its toe to ensure that no stone is left unturned.
The suspect was brought before us. He admits he committed the crime in a fit of anger. He says, I went to the farm to assist her, but when I arrived, I caught her having an affair with another man. I was furious and decided to stone the man with the hoe I was holding. Unfortunately, the hoe injured her badly and she died instantly. I was afraid of the situation. That was why I buried her and ran away. The police say the suspect will be charged to court after preliminary investigations are completed. It wants the public to always report any suspicious movement around them, as security is a duty for all. Jesse Tafida, TVC News, Maiduguri.
All right, thank you, Jesse. Jide, this is, to say the least, unspeakable. What name do you give to this now?
This guy is just a beast. He's
demented.
He's thoroughly demented. And a lot of these guys that we call repentant Boko Haram terrorists cannot be trusted. There was one who, after being cleaned up, treated in the way repented Boko Haram terrorists are treated, went to his father's house, killed him, and stole his cattle. So the hunger to kill, the appetite to take life has not really diminished in a good number of these people. We have to tell ourselves the truth. We have to tell ourselves the truth. So, at what point did they even reintegrate this fellow into the society? And this is supposed to be a former wife. They had been divorced or separated.
Yeah. So
now he went, lured her back to himself. Only God knows what promises he made to her. You know, for the woman to have returned.
But does it make sense there? Is it plausible to say this is a woman you had divorced? Why did she go?
That one we cannot ask the deceased because she's gone. But he must have made some promises that, look, let's come back together and all that. Most women do not really want to be single because the society tends to accord so much respect to a woman of that age, 45 years, who is married and in the home of her husband. So he must have made promises to her that, look, we need to come together and all that. And the woman fell for that bait. But perhaps he had been nursing the desire to take her life for so long, because this claim that, he saw her with someone in the farm. Even if you saw her with someone in the farm, this is somebody that was not married to you, not legally married to you. You people are divorced.
Oh, yeah.
So why would you? I mean, the story, maybe by the time they put him in the slammer for some time and they do some grilling, the real story will come out. Yeah. I don't believe his account that, he saw her flirting with another man, this and that. No,
An afterthought.
Yeah, I know, that's not the reason. He had long harbored the desire to take her life.
Doctor, are you able to rationalize what we are talking about?
Well, like Biki said, I'm not sure what could have...
because it raises more questions than answers.
Yes, because anyway, there is an account that says that woman was killed on her farm because the man said, let's meet on your farm. And then... On the woman's farm? Yes, on the woman's farm. And then he saw another man around. That's the account. So, this is somebody, like we could say, that you've not had anything to do with in so many years, that you've been on the side of Boko Haram. So what's the justification for that kind of step?
Now, Jide is talking about trusting a supposed repentant terrorist. Mm. Is there any such thing?
Well...
Can a terrorist be repentant?
I think that was why a commissioner in Borno was actually trying to draw a line between those who were actual terrorists and those who were forced into
the business,
living with the terrorists. Those who are abducted, those who are taken for ransom, and all the rest. Because the commissioner in Borno State said, of about the 100,000 that they have so far radicalized, only about 5,000 of them were actually terrorists. But we've said it here a lot of times on this program. Even for the soldiers who are fighting these terrorists, some of the things that they see, they are not even terrorists themselves, can make someone mad. Some of us have watched a couple of videos shown by the security agencies to say, see, this is why we are moving against these guys.
Yeah.
And the first one I had the opportunity of watching, that was at Airport Hotel here in Lagos. It was supposed to be a breakfast meeting. Some, including a military officer, were vomiting even before the breakfast. Okay. Not up to 5% of those present could eat. So when you deal with guys like that, you know that it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Saying you have tamed them and you have brought sanity back.
Doctor, quickly, before we go to our next story. Now a crime has been committed. He has been apprehended. You expect the law enforcers to go the whole hog?
They should. But unfortunately, like we say in this part of the world, in our own climb, the wheel of justice, it rolls too slowly.
Okay. All right. Did they share the sentiment?
Well, even when usually the press does not follow
a story through
this kind of story. It's not a big story to many people. After a while, and the police too, beyond parading him, they are not going to provide updates after today. That is their style.
Yeah.
So you just find that people are curious to know how this whole thing ended. They are not going to have information. And the whimsical nature of judicial service delivery is such that they could be on this matter for up to 10 years. Some days that is supposed to have his date in court, the Black Maria may be unserviceable, or something will just happen, and he will be there, he will be in prison indefinitely. The world will not even remember this matter.
All right, I can only hope that the family of the deceased, the killed woman, will be consoled.